Maharashtra is all set to experience its most exciting political battles after several years. It is time for Mahavikas Aghadi versus Mahayuti at the state level. Of course, we saw what happened in the Lok Sabha elections in May, but what will happen now is a tough fight on 288 seats where 6 parties and 2 alliances will be fighting it out against each other. As we talk, the seat sharing discussions are still on. The CM phase discussions are still on. But for all those who are a little confused about this political conundrum of sorts which has taken place in Maharashtra in the last 5 years, here's a little bit of breakdown for you. Before 2019, there were 2 major alliances in Maharashtra, the Yuti Alliance and the Aghadi Alliance. On one side, there were the right-wing Hindutvawadi parties of Bharatiya Janata Party and Shiv Sena together. Whereas on the other side, there was the Nationalist Congress Party led by Sharad Pawar along with the Indian National Congress. Both of them had formed governments on several occasions in the past. But in 2019, the picture changed a little bit. Although there was a pre-poll alliance in place between both these alliances, Uddhav Thackeray-led Shiv Sena decided to walk out of it after the election results. Although they were in a very comfortable position to form the government on a trot, on a consecutively second time with the Bharatiya Janata Party, Uddhav Thackeray decided to make a new alliance, or what would many call a new political experiment, when he joined hands with the Nationalist Congress Party and the Indian National Congress and gave birth to what we today call as the Mahavikas Aghadi. This Mahavikas Aghadi was in power not for very long, because in 2022, a trusted deputy of Uddhav Thackeray decided to walk out of Shiv Sena, not alone, but with 40 other MLAs. He joined hands with the Bharatiya Janata Party, and now with Bharatiya Janata Party's 104 MLAs, Shiv Sena's 40 MLAs and a few independent MLAs as well, the Mahayuti was in a very good position to form a government. And they did form a government, with Eknath Shinde becoming the chief minister to many people's surprise, and Devendra Fadnavis took the position of deputy chief minister. A few months down the line, Ajit Pawar also split from the Pawar family, or from the Pawar party, that is the Nationalist Congress Party, and joined hands with the Mahayuti to become the second deputy chief minister. Cut to 2024 Lok Sabha elections, when Mahayuti faced a defeat, and a big defeat that too, by the hands of Mahavikas Aghadi, where the biggest party was neither Sharad Pawar's Rashtravadi Congress SP nor Shiv Sena UBT, but the Congress Party with its 13 plus 1 seats, or 13 plus 1 MPs out of the 17. And that is the reason why the scenario at this moment looks so different. Before the Lok Sabha elections, it was very clear that Uddhav Thackeray was leading the Mahavikas Aghadi alliance. He was the star campaigner. He was the face of the Mahavikas Aghadi. But given the results of the Mahavikas Aghadi's performances in the Lok Sabha election, it was very clear that the Congress had found its old groove back, and it was not going to give any space to anyone, and was going to lead its way through. And that is also considered to be what was the decision, or the communication that was made from the high command of the Congress party to the regional leaders. Which is why the Congress became aggressive and started asking for as many as 125 seats out of the 288 seats in the Maharashtra Assembly. And that is where the very fundamentals of the current confusion between the Mahavikas Aghadi parties, especially between Shiv Sena and Congress, lies as far as Mahavikas Aghadi is concerned. When you talk about Mahayuti, while on surface all the political happenings might seem very calm, or relatively calmer as compared to Mahavikas Aghadi, that has not always been the case, because given the results of the Lok Sabha elections, all the fingers turned towards Ajit Pawar. He was the one who was questioned by several organizations, including the RSS, in their official newspaper. It was called to be an unnatural ideology, or rather an unnatural alliance between Shiv Sena and Bharatiya Janata Party along with Ajit Pawar's faction of NCP, because it also lost on a very crucial and important vote bank of Muslims and Dalits, considered to be a very integral part of NCP's electoral game plan. Now, where we are standing at the moment, elections are less than a month away from us, and while the 3 lists, the first lists by all the 3 Mahayuti partners are already out, things are a little difficult on the Mahavikas Aghadi's end, especially as far as the Vidarbha seats is concerned. Now, in Vidarbha, Shiv Sena wants to have as many as 12 crucial seats, and they want Congress, who has traditionally been a very strong party in Vidarbha, to make those sacrifices, because according to Shiv Sena, they made certain crucial sacrifices in the Lok Sabha election. Congress, on the other hand, does not want to let it go for several simple reasons, according to them. Firstly, they believe that theirs has been the strongest party in Vidarbha for a long period of time. And secondly, Congress sources believe that Shiv Sena is asking seats in those places where they do not even have a cadre, where they do not even have an original candidate. But it's not just Vidarbha. There are a few seats in Mumbai as well. When you talk about Bombay, when you talk about Bandra East, Versova, Baikala, and even a region in Ghatkopar. There are also a few seats in northern Maharashtra as far as Nashik is concerned, and also a few in Marathwada, where, as you say in Marathi, Ghoda Adakle, which means that the plans or the proceedings have kind of got stuck somewhere, and that is exactly what is happening with Mahavikas Aghadi as of now. Things looked very different after the Lok Sabha elections, because everyone believed that Mahavikas Aghadi was in a very good position to carry on its good form and reflect similar kind of results in Vidhan Sabha elections as well. But the number of people who would, or the number of analysts who would keep this entire debate highly in favor of Mahavikas Aghadi have become a little conservative at this moment, and they would want to give both the alliances, that is the Mahayuti alliance and the Mahavikas Aghadi alliance, a 50-50 chance going into the election. And why do I say that this is probably the most exciting elections that Maharashtra has ever seen? Because given what happened in 2019, there are less hopes of Maharashtrians on their political parties. They've understood that pre-poll alliances are not very trustworthy alliances. And what happens on 20th will not just be reflected on the 23rd, when the results will officially be out, but even after that, as the stage is set for several post-poll alliances as well, just in case there are a few misunderstandings on part of both these alliances. With camera person Praveen Ji Rohit, this is Anuj Rai reporting from Mumbai for NDTV.